I expect it would be best to write it in your name as Lord of Lipa.
Quite so, Margrave.
What exactly am I to write?
What isn't really the issue? Question. Sigismund, they'll make trouble.
일단 아빠랑.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Oh.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years. And now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush, and good luck, son.
편지를 받아오세요. 가자, 한스. 어딨냐? 왜? 아, 이거.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even
Oh, yeah.
satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
쓸데없는 말 하지 말고
Me? Never.
편지만 주고 온다.
We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
오케이. 어디 갔어? 뭐해, 타!
So, can we set off now, Henry?
가자!
Of course. Can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting us eagerly.
야, 평화롭다.
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodsey? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
아니, 여기 사람. 죽고 싶나?
What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still
서로
on
뒤통수
speaking terms.
치면서.
I don't know either. Beggars belief. Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
Yeah. What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Yops.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite them being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel. And have you heard anything about Rupert
그렇게
of the
물어볼 게
Palatinate?
많아.
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back in their old tricks.
생각보다 멀다. 우리 대화 이제 끝났어? 좀 더 하면 안 될까?
feel quite hungry.
다 왔다. 이거 뭐야? 아, 훔치는 거네. 이거 내 거 아니네? 한스 건가 보다.
Greetings. What business have you? Are you wishing you'd stayed home at Ratai instead of joining in our nighttime venture?
You must be joking. I haven't had so much fun since... actually ever.
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually, you missed the best part. When I was hauling you like a sack of grain to the battlements dead to the world.
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep. But you might have handled me a bit more gently. I'm black and blue all over.
Oh, all right then. Next time I'll just leave you to Istvan's tender mercies.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
Anything for you, my lord. Well, young sir, what now? Shall we ride boldly forth to adventures new?
I never took you for a romantic soul. But as it happens,
이게
a romantic soul is
DLC인가?
just what I need by my side right now.
What, here? Now? Aren't we leaving?
Ah, that's just the thing. Here we are, about to ride off into the unknown. Well, who knows what fate has in store for us? What if we should fall as heroes on the battlefield? How could I depart this world with a quiet heart, never having known true love?
I'm a little worried about you, sir. Aren't you getting overheated inside that armor?
Look, I can't just go off and get my head chopped off somewhere without first winning the heart of the girl I love. So are you going to help me or not?
아, 가자.
Well, affairs of the heart are what I do best. I'll be glad to help you. So what do you want me to do?
You, Hal, shall be my messenger of love.
사랑의 큐피드.
You shall bear her a letter and a gift from a secret admirer.
Why me? It's not like you to be bashful, Sir Hans. You can just go and tell her,
Certainly not. Carolina is different to the others.
어서오세요.
She was educated in a convent and needs to be handled with kid gloves. Romanced. I must court her
오늘은
secret.
굿모닝.
It's the latest fashion in France.
And who is this Carolina?
The fairest maid that ever walked the earth. Carolina. The butcher's daughter. You must have noticed a divine creature in the marketplace. Unless you're more interested in barnyard
뭐야, 한스
animals.
귀족인데.
No.
왜 귀족이랑 결혼 안 하지?
Really? Maybe I'm right about your barnyard interests. Well, all the more wenches for me. Your task is simple. All you have to do is get hold of a necklace fine enough to grace her lovely neck. I did have one that I inherited from my great-grandmother. Unfortunately, not anymore.
What happened to it?
I lost it playing dice at the inn.
주사위 도박?
But you'll get it back for me. You're a smart lad. I'm sure you'll figure out a way. And I'll reward you handsomely.
Oh, all right then. Is there something else I should know about this necklace?
I lost it at Dice in the Ledechko Tavern when I was there to see... Well, that's not important.
So you bet a rare family heirloom, even though you don't know how to play dice?
I do know how to play dice, as long as the other fella doesn't cheat. No doubt he'll still be sitting there, swindling other folk out of their hard-earned groschen.
Well, then you ought to have had him clapped
신분만
in the
높지
stocks.
바보구만.
All right, if that's what you want, I'll go to Ledechko and find this swindler of yours.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
도박을 하거나 훔치거나 기절시켜서 뺏거나. 오케이. 사랑의 모험이 이건가? 레드치코? 그럼 갔다 오겠소. 내 거 아닌가? 맞네. 왜 이렇게 낭만적이야? 어울리지 않게. 너냐?
What else you, sir?
Are you the one who played dice with Lord Capon?
Played and won, lad. Fine noble he may be, but he can no more throw dice than I can read Latin.
I can't disagree with you there. But look here, have you still got that piece of jewellery you want from him?
No, I don't. Some noble rode through here and we had a game or two. Only them dice kept falling his way.
딴 사람한테
Just have to
옮겨갔네.
keep my boots. He's got the necklace now.
Do you know where this fellow was heading?
He was waiting for someone here, but when they didn't show up by midday, he rode on. He mentioned something about camping by the bridge over the Sasso River. That one before the charcoal burners camp. You might still catch him there with a bit of luck.
There aren't many fords along the river on the way to Sasau. Can you tell me anything else about him?
Fine gent he was, well dressed, on horseback. Had quite a lot to say. Seems he saw a bit of the world. And he had some interesting looking dice.
You said they fell well for him?
Aye, no wonder. Fine dice they was, made special, all shiny and whatnot.
That's all I need to know.
I'll be with you.
그러면은 사사오 다리. 조금 귀찮게 됐네. 뭐야? 헉, 왜 저렇게 멀리 있어? 이렇게 쭉 가면은 된다.
Yeah.
여긴가? 아니고.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
여기 어디야? 잠깐만. 여기구만. 다리가 여긴데? 뭐야, 어디서 목욕하고 있나? 아! 쟨가 보다. 나그네다. 아, 여기 야영지가 있네. 헉! 뭐야? 죽었는데요?
You after something? I'm afraid my friend here won't tell you much.
Your friend? Oh, I'm very sorry. And, well, I don't want to be insensitive, but I was hoping to get something from him. My master's necklace, which he won at dice.
Your master? Who would that be?
Well, Sir Radzig Cobbler of Skalitz is my liege lord. I'm Henry, but just now I'm helping Sir Hans Capon with a private matter.
Those are weighty names in these parts. I'm Sir Anselm of Domkey, in the service of... well, that's not important. I'd like to give you... that is... I'd like to ask you for your help.
I'm listening. Tell me what you know.
I will. And I'm sure it will help you find that necklace. The thing is, this is all my fault.
네
I got held
잘못이야?
up on the way to meet Alphonse. By the time I got here, I found him like
아,
this.
God have mercy on his soul.
Amen, lad.
도적한테 당했나
I
보다.
was heartbroken and enraged by turns, tearing my hair and cursing. Alphonse was my good friend, and it pains me to know he was only here on account of me. I brought him into a certain business matter to negotiate with some people, and he agreed. And this is how it ended up. When I finally pulled myself together, I took a look around and found some tracks. I followed them to the camp of those very brigands that Alphonse was supposed to negotiate with.
Nah, you can't trust anyone these days. So how can I help?
You can pass yourself off as Alphonse. Get into the bandits' camp and find that fucking murderer. And when you do, you'll find what you're looking for.
제가요? 위장해서?
That doesn't make any sense. If one
내
of them killed
갑옷은-
Alphonse, he'll know I'm not him.
No, no. They never saw him before. So whoever killed him surely took him for some passing merchant.
Are you quite sure they don't know him?
Aye. He moved in altogether different circles. Among decent people. That's the very reason I asked him for help. So I reckon the best thing is for you to introduce yourself as Alphonse, have a snoop around, and come back to me when you find out anything.
Now, wouldn't it be better if you did that yourself? After all, I know nothing about this Alphonse. They'd see through me.
I'd do it if I could, lad. Only they know me, and I'm not on the best of terms with them. They'd most likely kill me on sight. Then the two of us would be dead and those bastards would get away with it.
Well, I hope I can avoid the same fate. Is there anything else I should watch out for while passing myself off as Alphonse?
The main thing is to look and sound like a noble, not a peasant. A common.
귀족처럼
So
차려입기.
dress the part. No rags or rusty iron.
아,
And how am I supposed to recognize the killer?
Ask around. I don't reckon anyone will admit to stabbing him in his sleep, but you might pick up some clue. You could have a look around for that necklace. Now that I think of it, they stole other valuables from him too.
Silver is silver, though. I won't recognize anything. Didn't he have something unique? A signet ring or chain or...
No, not that I can... Oh yes, he did.
Oh.
Dice. He had a set of dice made specially in Prague. It was his pride and joy. They were red and gold, bright and shiny. Not the kind of thing you'd overlook.
What can you tell me about Alphonse? So they don't catch me out if they start asking questions.
Indeed. A few details should suffice. He was from Slani, but lived in Prague the last few years. He advised people, very well too. He helped them to deal with problems, of all kinds.
He sounds like a man of the world, but I've never even been to Prague. I'm not sure I can fool them.
You can always change the subject. He was an ardent dice player, God forgive him. And he spent some time in Moravia on the service of Prokop of Luxembourg. But that was ages ago.
What do you know about the brigands in that camp?
Actually, they're not just ordinary
그래서
bandits.
만나면 죽여야 되나?
It's a robber baron and his band.
알고만 있어야 되나?
Sir Erhard Baron Belovitz. Some of his vassals and maybe some commoners. They came here in the hope they'd have a better chance of keeping their heads.
Why don't you ask some of the local lords for help? I'm sure the Sasau custodian would lend you a few men.
There's nothing I'd like to see more than the lot of them strung up. Only I have a task that conflicts with that. And as for the custodian, I'm pretty sure Sir Sebastian is in league with Erhard.
What was the purpose of Sir Alphonse's negotiations? I'll need to know that.
Look, Henry, you'd best avoid that subject if at all possible. Just find the murderer for me, get your necklace, and I'll take care of the rest.
It'll be a bit hard to avoid that, since it was supposed to be the entire purpose of his visit.
True. Well, Alphonse was supposed to talk Erhard into moving his robbing raids towards Benishov. especially holding up merchants' wagons heading for Prague. In return, he was to offer a reward of up to 12,000 groschen and safe haven in Pilgrims.
I see. So you work for someone in Pilgrims?
No, neither Pilgrims nor Benishov, nor Vlashim for that
뭐야,
matter.
얘네도 도적 아니야?
It's a bit complicated. Damn politics.
수상한데? 수상한 일을 꾸미고 있구만.
My word. The whole thing sounds like quite a twisted affair.
그니까
So are you gonna help me?
일이 희한해졌네. 못 믿겠어. 당신이 알폰스 죽였지? 그래.
I'll help you. I'll have to go there to look for the necklace anyway, and this seems as good a way as any.
Thanks 1,000-fold. And for the love of God, don't get caught.
도와드리겠습니다.
I'd never forgive myself if another man lost his life on my account. If it starts to look risky, take to your heels.
I'll bear that in mind. There's something else I'd like. I've no more questions.
귀족처럼
Looks like he died without a struggle.
얘 옷을 뺏어 입으면 안 되나?
They took everything he had. Money, jewelry, even his boots. Someone was searching for something here. Were they out to rob him of everything he had? Or something in particular? Could it be someone was trying to get rid of something here?
지도? 지도가 어렵네. 다리 건너서 야영지에서 정면으로 가면 있는 건가? 귀족 바지랑 신발, 모자, 반지, 셔츠. 이렇게만 입고 가도 뭐야, 장비 왜 이렇게 다 너덜너덜해졌어. 귀족 같은가? 잘 모르겠는데. 갔다 와보겠어. 저기 도적 야영지에서 가는 거구나, 지도는. 아니면 여긴가? 아닌 것 같지? 여기다. 흥미로운 장소. 근데 좀 무서운데요? 이상한 데 온 것 같은데? 그냥 숲으로 계속 들어가는 게 맞구나. 그렇게 씨! 이놈들 어디 숨어 있는 거야? 여기가 맞나 본데? 여기다. 오씨. 힘든 산타기였어. 뭐야, 사람 많다. 도박하는 곳이네? 어서오세요.
Would I be right in assuming this is the
자,
encampment
오는 길에
of
옷이
Sir
너무
Erhard,
더러워졌어.
Baron Bielewitz?
귀족처럼
You
입은
must be Sir
건데.
Alphonse, eh? All the way from Prague, eh?
기림을
Prague, yes,
경유했다.
quite. But I travelled via Gura,
귀족처럼
thinking
말해야
it the
돼.
less hazardous route, comparatively.
Oh, aye. The roads ain't safe at all these days. There's all sorts of rabble waiting to rob unwary folk and even kill them.
Indeed, indeed, I concur. One must be wary, well, cautious even, when travelling.
Right then, but you'll have to wait a
잘한다.
while. Sir Erhard is busy at the moment.
No matter, I shall just,
But it's easy to pass the time here. There's always a dice game going on, with nice things being wagered. I had my eye on a fine pair of gauntlets, and some old piece of jewelry.
Jewellery, you say?
That's right. Just go and see old Blaha, the fellow sitting at that table there. He can read, write, and do sums as good as any scribe, and other things, too. He keeps things in shape here a bit.
Thank you. I may well do that.
블라하.
I was told I could have a game or two here until Sir Erhard has time to see me.
Aye, he's got his hands full at the moment. You must be Sir Alphonse, eh? I'm Blaha, Sir Erhard's servant. I take care of things here a bit.
Including dice? It has come to my attention that there are interesting things being wagered.
True enough, we've got a fine pair of plate gauntlets, 2 necklaces, one of them's a lovely piece, a good sharp sword, and some other things, I don't remember what. The custom here is if you want to play, you've got to wager something to join.
그럼 나도
Far be
뭔가를
it from me to disrespect
그래야겠군.
established custom.
돈? 뭐야, 너무 비싸. 아, 역시 귀족은 좀 다르네.
Is this enough? That's not enough.
돈이 좀 많아서 괜찮긴 한데.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thanks.
You want to play right away, or should I stay at home?
바로 하지.
Why wait? I'll play now.
No beating around the bush. That's the way. You'll play against Noggin now. He's not the brightest. He ain't a good loser.
I've had enough of this. I'm so hungry. I can eat
6,000점이야.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
띠용.
Fuck. I'm almost sober again.
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village, drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife, how sweet it is a robber's life.
미쳤다. 제발 꽝.
Stink everywhere. Should I stayed home?
에바임. 여기 개고수만 있는 것 같은데? 헐. 한 번에 몇 점을 먹은 거야?
I'm so hungry I can eat my boots.
띠용. 뭐지?
No one to rob you.
잠깐만, 이거 다 지금 주사위가 기본 주사위밖에 없어서 이렇게 발린 게 아닐까 진짜? 지금껏 주사위에 관심 없던 내 잘못?
Fuck. I'm almost sober again.
그 2, 3, 4, 5, 6은 안 되나요? 되네? 아, 근데 2300점 차이 뭐냐고. 한 번만 봐줘. 살살 하자 우리.
Fucking sickhead. Can't drink no more today.
제발 꽝! 아 제발! 왜 나만 꽝이야?
Camp life sure ain't easy. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to
어서오세요.
do here?
아 잠깐만 다시 하자. 아 다시 하자. 아 주사위 때문인가? 아닌데 실력 차이 맞아 이거? 나 억울한데? 다시 해. 잠깐만. 다시 해. 다시 해.
I was told I could have a game or two here until Sir Erhard has time to see me,
Ah,
including
true enough. Some
넘겨. 돈 걸어.
for me to do.
차단 걸어.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thanks.
You want to play right away, or
Why wait? I'll play now.
no beating around the bush? That's the way. You'll play against Noggin now. He's not the brightest, and he ain't a good
개
loser.
잘하던데.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
No one to rob you. Fucking boring. I've got a pick. Fucking sickhead. Can't drink no more.
나는 왜 맛있게 안 뜨지?
So tired. What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
어. 벌써 2000점.
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village, drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life.
한 번만 더.
No one to rob you. fucking boring.
이렇게 안 되나? 안 되네. 야, 에반데. 이미 또 끝났는데?
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
안 되네.
Camp like
1, 2, 3도 안 되나?
Fuck.
안 되네. 그렇구만. 아, 제발. 내가 졌어. 개 잘 뜬다. 아, 300. 굴려! 이제 500점 먹었어. 미친.
Fucking weather, fucking tents, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit.
안 되네.
Fucking weather, fucking tents, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit. Fucking weather, fucking tents, fucking camp.
아,
I've had enough of this shit.
까비. 천점 차이. 많이 따라왔어. 나이스. 일, 2, 3, 4는 안 되네.
Fucking sick. I'll drink no more of that.
아, 굴릴까?
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What
아,
else is there to do here?
오케이.
I've got a piss.
나이스. 아, 나이씨. 미친 거 아니야?
I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here? Filth, stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
I'm so hungry, I could eat my boots.
나이스. 너도 갑자기 안 되나 보구나. 바로 따라 잡고 여기 써야 돼. 여기 써야 돼.
No one to rob here.
오케이.
Fucking boy.
오케이. 넘겨. 4,400점. 쫓아왔어. 아니. 아니 뭐지? 개같이 다시 차이 나네. 뭔가
I gotta piss.
아,
I gotta piss.
너무 욕심부렸나?
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking
나이스.
whores and
아직 기회 있다.
take the women, burn
이번에
the
딴다.
village, drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife, how sweet it
야,
is,
씨 누가 노래 불러? 조용히 하네?
Fucking sickhead. Can't drink no more today. I gotta piss.
What you used to do before all this?
You wouldn't
넘겨.
believe me.
나이스!
You're a fucking cheat.
뭘
I
사기꾼이야?
challenge you to a duel.
그래!
I won't
동네
take any
새끼야!
accusations from you. I accept.
이 자식이. 난 주사위도 기본 주사위밖에 안 쓴다고. 어서오세요. 이 자식이.
꼰다.
그리고 칼로 싸운다는 얘기는 없었잖아. 갑옷 다 뺐는데 나. 됐다. 봐드리겠소.
I'm so hungry I can eat my boots.
You're free. Leave your weapon and go.
So be it.
조심하시게. 뭐야 이건 내 건가?
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing,
I want to play
fucking
dice.
whores and boozing.
Who will be my
Take the
opponent?
women,
They
burn the
fell your
village,
way last time, and no mistake.
사실
You'll
한
play
번
Berta.
져가지고
He's a man, so they call him that for
다시
some
붙은
reason.
거임.
Damned if I know why.
두 번째 놈이군. 들어오시게. 저장 됐을라나?
Camp life sure ain't easy.
가자. 처음부터 점수 먹고 들어가는 거 아주 좋아. 1000점에서 멈춰주지.
Oh, fucking sickhead.
어?
Can't drink no more
어?
today.
Killing, fighting,
얘도 좀 잘 뜨네?
never
주사위가?
losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here? I'm so hungry I can eat my boots.
3, 4, 5, 6도 떴었나? 안 떴네. 그러면은 5 하나 먹고. 괜찮아, 아직 차이 있어. 괜찮아.
I just want to eat and sleep. Fuck.
긴장되는구만.
Filth, stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
Oh, fucking
나이스.
sickhead. Can't drink no more today.
아니야, 근데 얘 아직 몰라. 나중에 갑자기 치고 들어올 수 있어.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village.
I just want to eat and sleep. And fuck.
와, 그래 이럴 줄 알았다. 그쵸? 바로 결투 신청하던데 방금 보니까. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5가 없네. 아, 버키! 아, 난 항상 이렇게 뜨더라. 중간에 하나가 쏙 빠져. 아!
I'm so hungry I can eat my boots.
주사위가 5개가 있는데 저게 다 꽝이야? 맛있게 모임. 역전당했다.
Yeah, I'm gonna get sunk. What else?
하.
No one to rob here. Fucking bore.
아, 1, 2, 3, 4 안 돼? 제발. 오케이, 천천히. 와, 미친.
I just want to eat and sleep. And fuck.
1000점 차이 난다. 제발 떠. 오케이, 1.
Bill, stay there. Should have stayed home.
꽝.
Yeah, I'm gonna get sunk. What else is there to do here? Fucking sick head. Can't drink no more today.
와. 나이스. 아직 기회는 있다. 이번에 따. 이번에 먹는 거야.
Oh, fucking sick head.
2, 3.
Can't drink no more
2,
today.
3, 4. 5, 6. 오케이. 4100점?
Fucking fleas.
Like it's the first time you got them. You must be used to itching by now.
I'll never get used to this.
Try washing yourself once in a while. You wash yourself.
My granddad would have
꽝!
drowned bathing in the pond.
이게 5가 뜨네. 운이 좋은데, 이 친구?
You must be chasing women away with a stick.
You bet. They can smell a tree, man.
어라. 헉, 나이스. 뒤졌다. 이러고 굴릴 것인가 보낼 것인가.
Fighting, never
알지, 이렇게 해도 5100점. 그래, 도박하지 말자.
Burn the village, drink, annihilate, and
Fucking
pillage.
Fucking
Burning,
tent.
wrecking,
Fucking
making
camp.
strife.
Had enough of this shit.
It is a robber's life.
나이스. 이런 몰라.
I'm so
내가 이겼다. 내가 이겼다. 하하하하.
Fucking
하하하하하.
fucking camp.
다음 상대는 누구냐?
This shit.
개 잘하는데? 다음.
I want to play dice.
You can go and
Who
see
will be
Sir
my
Harry.
opponent?
They fell your way last time, and no mistake. You'll play against Maladata. He's a bit... well... You'll see for yourself.
done to deserve this?
종교.
fucking nice.
이 친구 뭔가 잘할 것 같은데?
I'll never get used to it. You wash yourself. My granddad's brother drowned bathed in a pond. I'm not taking the risk. Only wash when it's raining.
야, 쟤 주사위 뭐야? 와, 아니 주사위부터 때깔이 다른데?
Filth and stink everywhere.
하나가 아니라 싹 다 저거네. 얘 설마 얘인가? 얘가 알폰스 죽이고 주사위 가져간 건가? 주황 색깔 반짝거리는 주사위? 나 찾은 것 같아. 이놈이다. 저희가 사실 도박을 하러 온 게 아니라 도박장에 있는 이제 살인자를 찾으러 온 건데 내 순간 도박하느라 좀 바빴어. 맞아, 우리 살인자를 찾아야 된다. 놀고 있을 때가 아니었음.
I'm so hungry, I could eat my boots.
야, 이건 주사위가 잘 보이지도 않아.
No one to rob here. Fucking boring.
점수 먹는 속도 봐. 벌써 2300점? 어째서지? 어? 2000점? 어?
Yeah, I'm gonna get sucked. What else is there to do here?
What did you used to do before all this?
이번엔 망했군.
Century latte. Make chicken
처참하게 망했구만.
I'm gonna get soaked.
야, 5000점! 속도 뭔데?
Tonight's your turn. What did you do before?
Well,
1! 아, 안 된다. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5가 없네.
You hear that, lads? We made candles for the boys and shoved them up their asses.
그래, 이미 끝났다. 난 패배를 인정하겠소.
I want to rob him. Fucking boy.
당신 잠깐 대화 좀 하지.
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing.
Yeah.
속임수를 쓰다니!
I'll kill you.
죽여주마.
Bit of fun for a change. The last fella I killed didn't even see me coming.
어떻게 그렇게 빨리 먹어?
Stop whining and fight.
You beast!
또 싸워! 널 죽이고 주사위를 가져가야겠다. 뭐야? 잠깐만. 여기 다 때리시면 곤란한데요? 잠깐만요. 오해가 있으신 것 같습니다. 항복. 아씨, 조졌네. 내 칼 어디 갔어? 아, 잠깐만. 왜 나시지? 아까 밤이었는데? 아까 밤이었는데요.
Can I ask you something?
Ask away. Anything to pass the time.
You're my daughter, right?
I am. Why'd you ask?
Just curious. This is quite an interesting retreat you men have here.
You could put it that way. I ain't been here long though. I helped them out of a tight spot and they took me with them.
Is that right? How did that happen?
Well, I was
살인자나
lying in wait
찾자.
for this wagoners here because he'd been mouthing off about me, so I figured
I'd take all he had for compensation. Anyway, I'm hiding there in the bushes.
얘가
and I
근데
hear his
주사위가
wagon coming. So
소상했어.
I jumped out to ambush him. Only it wasn't that wagoner, but some merchant. As soon as he saw me with my weapon drawn, he started screaming bloody murder. And next thing, his armed escort comes charging up and I was the one ambushed. The injustice of it.
Vexing indeed.
Aye. Anyway, they caught me and took me with them. They figured I was Sir Erhardt's spy, and they wanted me to lead them to him. Of course, I told them I didn't know what the fuck they were on about. So, while they were threatening to break me on the wheel, string me up and what have you, along comes the Baron with his merry band, and they lay into the soldiers and send them running for the hills. And ever since then, I've been riding with them.
That is quite an entertaining anecdote.
Ain't it just? If it hadn't been for me, the fellas would have run straight into a trap and it'd all be up with them. So, it's on account of me, they're still alive.
You're Mladotta, right?
I am. Why'd you ask?
Just curious.
아, 이거 아까 물어봤던 거구나.
You must tell me all
If you like.
And how are things here? Do you get away much?
We ain't allowed to leave. So I've been here the whole time. I don't mind though. There's always something to pass the time. And we've got that wench.
여기 귀족처럼 차려입고 오라 해가지고. 근데 옷이 너무 더러운데. 애들이 그냥 귀족으로 보이나봐. 더러워진 귀족? 씻는 것도 없나? 너무 더러운데? 일단 주사위 다시 해야 되네. 아, 진짜 오졌다. 여기 저장 물량 몇 개 있지? 아, 이게 하나씩 저장하면서 해야 됐나 보다. 일단 많으니까
What you used to do before all
여기 저장해 놓고
You wouldn't believe me. Well, I was a
전
sentry.
세 판 다 이길 거기 때문에
I was told I
이길
could have a
때까지
game
함.
or two here until Sir Erhardt has time to see me.
지는 건 용납할 수
He's
없죠.
got his hands full at the moment. You
Including
다시
true
해.
enough. Some other.
Far be it from me to disrespect established custom.
You hear that, lad?
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thanks.
You want to play right away?
바로 가지.
Why wait? I'll play now.
No beating around the bush. That's you'll play against not.
앞에 두 놈은 다 이겼으니까 마지막 놈만 한다 하자. 여기서도 운빨?
Cap like sure ain't easy.
게임은 운빨이다. 시작부터가 뭔가 꽝! 나이스.
I'm
Nice.
so hungry I can eat my boots. Yeah, I'm gonna get
아니
sick.
아까도 2가 3개 나오던데 또 나와? 운이 좋구만. 왜 난 안 나오지?
Fuck. I'm almost sober again.
잠깐만. 잠깐만. 아, 근데 뭐는 몇 점입니다라고 뜨는 거 왜 저건 안 보일까? 나도 이게 부정 주사위가 있어야 되는 것 같은데. 아, 양말 대가리.
So hungry I can eat my fruit. Bill, stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
천천히 따라왔어.
Just wanna eat, sleep. Fuck.
어? 어? 설마.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up. Fucking weather, fucking tents, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit.
아, 이미 망했다. 개봐요.
I'm gonna get soaked.
꽝!
I got a piss.
Oh, fucking sick head. Can't drink no more today.
아, 나도 크게 하나 떠야 되는데.
Fucking sick head. I'll drink no more today. What you used to do before all that? Essentially part-time, but they paid chickens, so I joined up with this one.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap.
I just want to eat and sleep.
Why? I'll make candles for a monastery.
아, 오, 어디 갔어?
No one to rob here. Fucking boring.
천적.
No one to rob here. Fucking boring.
200점은 안 먹네.
So, what else is there to do here?
I just want to eat and sleep.
와.
Fuck.
야, 사기꾼 새끼야. 다시 해.
I was top. Far be it.
다시.
Thank
다시.
Why wait? I'll play now.
No beating. You'll play again.
근데 이거 지면 나 주사위 구하러 갈 거야. 주사위라도 구해와야겠어. 짜증나가지고 이건 참을 수 없지.
I gotta piss.
야, 뭐야?
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here? What a shitty day. I need a good snack
나이스?
to cheer me up.
아씨, 400점? 잠깐 아직 괜찮아? 뭐?
Fuck. I'm almost sober again.
어서 오세요. 차이가 너무나. 나이스. 아니야. 원래 이기고 있었다고. 지금은 발리고 있는 게 맞긴 한데. 근데 이거 지면 주사위 구하러 감. 아니, 오 어디 갔어? 아, 젠장. 나이스?
No one to rob here. Fucking boring.
오케이, 좀 따라왔다. 내가 이제 꽝만 좀 나와서 기다려준다면. 아, 안 돼. 나왔다. 굴릴 것인가?
Stink everywhere.
굴려!
Should have stayed
통과!
home.
나이스. 100점은 먹고 가. 좋아. 따라왔어. 이제 여기서 역전하면 돼요. 손이 떨리는구만. 나이스. 아, 4 어디 갔어? 씨, 나한테 자꾸 왜 이래? 주사위 개 꼬아, 진짜. 겁나 꼬아.
I just want to eat and sleep.
아하하.
stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
천천히 가자. 제발 한 번에 바로 안 먹기만 하면 돼. 제발. 꽝! 아,
What a shitty day.
얼마 안 남았네?
Scrap to cheer me up.
1, 2.
I'm so hungry I can eat my food. What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
제발. 뭐야? 방금 불꽃 튄 거 뭐야? 아!
I got a fucking sick head.
퍼킹! 야! 기다려봐.
I've had enough of this shit.
나 안 돼. 난 인정 못해. 난 인정 못해. 주사위 구하러 갈 거야. 싫어, 싫어. 내 패배를 인정할 수 없어. 주사위, 저 악마의 주사위, 저 망할 거. 가자. 훔쳐! 훔치면 되지. 애들 다 개사기 주사위만 쓰는데 이건 참을 수 없음. 나도 써야 돼. 근데 어떻게 훔치지?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Yeah.
여기 도박꾼한테 훔치는 거 같은데?
God save you.
이 사람이 많아서 좀 훔치면 걸리겠지?
God grant you health. Take care.
이게 방법이
I'd like a bite to eat.
I'll do. Here we are. Coming.
그냥 훔치거나 상자 까거나
Here's a good harvest.
거지한테 사거나.
There.
I could do with
Satisfied?
something to eat.
Want to try your luck?
다른 애들이랑
나이스.
하면은 주사위 받기도 하나?
Your fame precedes you. You won't get the better of me.
One beer.
That's it.
Here we are.
Ale.
We'll see.
Bottoms up.
Coming. Coming right up.
A tanker there.
응? 아니
Right back to that.
Let me have some grub. Whatever's quick.
Cursed luck.
나이스. 어디 욕심을 부려. 먹고 갔어야지.
Here, just as you ordered. My pleasure.
No harm.
아.
Now, if it
이건
came
욕심도
after 3
아닌데.
ones,
3개 걸린 건데 욕심인가 이거?
Here, just as.
this'll be the one.
Give me a minute.
Oh, good flavors.
I don't believe it.
저 친구 오늘 욕심 부리면 안 되겠는데?
Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
아, 안 되네.
A tanker here.
Not afraid of anything, eh?
와,
One beer for me.
개쩐다.
Use your head, man. You'll lose everything.
와, 개쩐다.
Curses. Why did I even start this?
와, 미쳤다.
This'll be the one.
Pour me an ale.
Hmm.
One more for me.
Coming right up.
That's all.
Here you are. Good help.
A tankard of ale for me.
Here, just as you ordered.
이미 게임은 끝났어.
Here we are.
No luck tonight.
어허, 자네 오늘 끝났나 보. 다음 기회에 찾아오시오.
Damn.
어허. 일단 뭐 주사위 여기 어딘가 도박꾼한테 주사위를 저거 할 수 있나 본데?
Closing time.
여기가 아니라 딴 데인가? 아침부터 주사위 하는 곳이면은 저기 중간 적인 것 같은데?
Yeah.
아니, 뭐야? 뭐야? 오, 이런 경우는 처음이네, 좀. 조금 당황했어요. 아니면 보물을 찾아야 되나? 근데 어차피 이거 이제 오늘 엔딩이니까, 그러니까 에필로그 끝이니까 좀 주사위나 좀 즐겨보자. 쓸데없는 짓 해도 이해의 바람. 어차피 스토리는 끝났거든요. 아! 도박꾼 얘인가 보다. 얘 주사위를 뺐으면 되나 본데? 한판 하겠나? 아니면 그냥 소매치기인가? 저녁까지 한번 기다려봐. 잠깐만, 어디 갔으면 어떡하지? 안 갔네. 왜 안 돼? 나한테 주사위를 뺏어야겠어. 혼자신가?
What?
아, 여기 사람이 있네? 왜? 뭔데 너는?
I know you.
돌팔이.
I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from?
What?
개소리야.
Of course, my dream. You were in a boat made of bone, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
All right. Tell me about this dream of yours.
That dream? Yes, that dream has come true. I dreamt that a young man would become my apprentice, my own pupil in the trade of miracles.
그럼 전 운이 좋군요?
Then I'm in luck.
On the contrary, I'm the lucky one. What's your name, young man?
이 새끼 때문에 지금 소매치기 못했는데 기절시키고 어디다 갖다 버려놓으면 안 되나?
Powerful name. So, Henry, are you ready to become my apprentice?
뭡니까
First,
당신?
tell me, who are you, and what do you do?
Me? I am an unworthy, low, and miserable servant of Providence. Scholar or merchant, believer or heathen, I wander the world without home or family, with only my wagon, offering miracles to those that need them. That's who I am. Without home or kin, I wander this world with my wagon, providing the miracles that people need. Ointments, relics, aromatic
수상한데?
herbs, rare spices, talismans and amulets for luck. All these things I have.
What exactly does it entail, becoming your apprentice?
A lot of work and strenuous labor. Knowledge of medicine, theology, and white magic. You have to
영혼을
study the
잃는다?
great works of the ancients and devote your time to understanding your fellow men, listening to them, and learn to read their souls.
그렇군요.
Nothing to it.
재밌겠네요.
That's why God has sent you. So what do you say?
All right, I'll be your apprentice.
Wonderful! Oh, glorious day!
초간단
I have a
기적.
successor in my work.
So, how do you plan to start training me?
With a test of your practical skills.
Oh,
I have my eye on 3 rare objects of great value. But sadly, they're a little difficult to obtain.
뭔가 훔쳐오라는 것 같은데?
go on.
First, I need a tooth of Saint Procopius. Then I'll need a branch from a topping out hung on a church.
And finally, a talisman for luck from a passionate player.
Bloody hell, that's a lot. All right, one thing at a time. About that tooth, it's gonna be slightly more complicated, isn't it?
I know. Yes, it would be very difficult to gain such a rare relic, of course. That's why I have an alternative solution.
I'm listening.
A layman named Procopius lives by the monastery. And it just so happens, thanks to my intricate medical knowledge, that I
이를
found out he has
뽑아오는 건가?
And how am I supposed to get the tooth?
I haven't the faintest idea. You'll have to...
대장당이한테. 와.
But maybe you'll be able to persuade him
끔찍해.
to let the blacksmith pull it.
Wouldn't that be swindling people?
It is, and it isn't. If I sell that tooth as the tooth of Saint Procopius, then it certainly is deceitful. But if I sell it as a tooth from Procopius,
그냥 옛날식 벤츠로다가 무식하게
Does
뽑는
it
거
really
아니야?
matter whose tooth I bring then?
Of course it does. The name Procopius in this holy land is shrouded with mystical powers. Sometimes I might play a trivial trick on someone, but I assure
As
you,
you wish.
I'm no swindler.
Fine, I'll get it from him.
Wonderful.
일단 뭐 해보겠습니다.
This topping out, what's that?
상냥
You're
장식.
not a carpenter, it seems.
No, I'm a blacksmith.
I see. Well, a topping out is a decorated spruce or conifer tree hung on top of the roof of a new house to bring good fortune and God's blessing.
That topping off is hung pretty high, isn't it?
Naturally. It hangs on the rooftop according to tradition. And the church is tall.
And how am I supposed to get it down?
Damned if I know. But they had to get it up there somehow, didn't they?
너무 못해본데?
Well, then all we need to do is break off a branch somewhere, buy a few ribbons, and we've got our own homemade topping out right there.
You don't understand.
그냥 뭐 일단 모르겠고 일단 구해와. 이거 좀 에바임.
Hangs on the highest church far and wide. You can't just replace it with a decorated branch.
Fair enough. Very well, I'll get it.
일단 알겠습니다.
This player's talisman, where am I supposed to find it?
I actually have a specific one in mind.
고양이
Here at
발?
the inn, there's a dice player who always has
우리
cat cards.
불쌍한
It's
고양이.
supposed to bring him luck.
아 토끼 발이야?
How am I supposed to get the talisman from him?
I haven't a clue. It won't be easy, but I'm sure you'll find a way.
일단 뭐 이것도 훔치라는 거구만.
Very well, I'll get you the paw.
알겠어.
I'll get looking for those things then.
Excellent! You do that, my journeyman. Good luck.
I have to eat something. My
일단
insides
우리
are
목표는
shriveled
이
up with the
친구니까.
hunger.
배고프다. 아 이거 상했네.
Ale.
한여 어디 있어? 한여 여기다.
God's blessings. Good luck, then.
이거는 버리고.
Here, just as you ordered.
시간을 좀 더. 네 알겠습니다. 네 불 들었다고요. 여기서 지켜봐야지. 갔어! 안 돼! 아직 있을 줄 알았는데. 행정을 가. 아, 안 돼! 이럴 수가. 주변에 없나? 아씨. 지금 몇 시야? 11시에 왔으니까 그럼 아까 10시까지는 있었는데 10시까지 있다가 그때부터 지켜보면 어디로 이동하는 게 보이겠지? 그럼 이제 그때 뒤 쫓아가서 기절시키고 좋아. 좋은 계획이다.
야!
완벽해.
야! 야!
그러면 집이 어디지?
야! 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 I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
여기 도박꾼은 아직 한창이구만. 근데 그냥 마을 사람이고. 오케이, 밤 10시 일단 기억해 놓겠어. 오늘 아침은 일단 아까 돌파리가 말한 거 한번 해볼까? 와, 아침에도 하고 있네. 여기도 좀 엄청난 도박꾼들이요. 잠깐만, 이거 말고 치아 고양이 발부죠. 다 여기 사사후에 다 있는 거네. 오케이.
야!
자, 일단 이빨 뽑을 사람 찾습니다.
야!
당신인가요? 이빨 아프시다는 소문이.
God be with you.
It doesn't look good.
What? What are you talking about?
Your tooth. I bet it hurts a lot, doesn't it?
How do you know about that?
내가 의사야.
As a practitioner of the healing arts, I recognize the signs of a sick
너
tooth.
사랑니가
You have a
났구나.
bloated face, you're sweating, and the way you breathe is absolutely typical of the condition.
You're a physician?
Isn't that what I said? And if I can give you some advice, you
내가
should have it
사랑니
removed.
3개 뽑은
There's a blacksmith down
사람으로서
in the town.
No,
청구하는데
There's no way
조심해라,
I'm putting
진짜.
myself in the hands of that butcher.
I understand. But look here, I know about healing. I can go along with you and make sure everything goes as it should.
You do that?
Of course.
Jesus Christ. I'm a grown man and I need an escort.
You don't have to be embarrassed. Every man in the world's afraid of having his teeth pulled.
I
그치.
know, but even so.
Let's go then and get this over with.
가자.
God damn it, my stomach hurts.
뭐야, 배고파? 가자, 이빨 뽑으러 가자. 같이 가줄게. 옆에서 내가 손 잡아줄게.
I feel quite hungry.
도살장 끌려가는 돼지 같군. 얼마나 기분이 착잡할까. 이빨을 뽑아야 된다는
Looking for a job?
그 무서움.
Jesus, it's gonna be really painful, isn't it?
그치, 아프지. 여긴 마취가 없지 않아?
Don't worry. It will hurt a little, but then you'll feel relieved. You'll see.
If you say so.
그래, 뽑고 나면 그래도 속 시원할 거야.
Hey, Goodman.
아프긴 한데 속은 시원하더라고. 사랑니 뽑을 때 그래서 나도 일부러 밤새고 갔음. 그 뽑고 나서 집에 오면 바로 그냥 잘라고. 무지성으로 잠들라고. 킹부러 밤새고 감. 근데 처음에 한두 번은 이제 너무 아파가지고 잠을 못 잤었는데 결국 막 지하를 2시간 있다가 이제 그러고 잤는데 이제 좀 익숙해지니까 잘 자게 되더라. 너 말 없냐 근데? 그니까 아니 저 게다가 뽑을 때도 진짜 깔끔하게 뽑혔거든요? 난 게 이제 예쁘게 나름 나가지고 그냥 관리가 좀 안 될 뿐이지 잘 나서 뽑을 때는 그냥 뿅 하고 뽑았어. 진짜 한 1초 만에. 와 그래서 뭐야 별거 아니네? 이러고 있었는데 마치 풀리니까 어머 아니 씨 이게 맞나? 와 진짜 와밖에 안 나와. 막 으악거려 막.
Isn't it a waste of time? Maybe it'll go away on its own.
아니야 알아서 안 나.
Are you mad?
더
It
나빠져.
won't
빨리
go
뽑으러
away. It'll
가자.
just get worse. The sooner we get it out, the better.
Yes, you're right.
자꾸 가는 길 멈추네. 이거 무서워가지고. 와 이제 마취 풀리면 진짜 신음소리밖에 안 나고 막 으악거리면서 막 머리 쥐어뜯고 막 다신 경험하고 싶지 않아. 그래도 다 이제 다 뽑아놓으니까 속이 시원하죠. 편안합니다. 뽑을까 말까 고민하시는 분이 계신다면 그냥 빨리 후딱 해치우는 게 나름 좋음. 처음이 무섭지 두 번째부터 사실 무섭지 않아. 근데 문제는 그러니까 누워있는 건 조금 난 누워있는 건 경험하지 못해서. 아니야 괜찮아 힘내. 걱정 마. 손 잡아줄게. 남자답게 들어가자고.
Alright, let's do it. Hold him tight. Ah, look. It's out. Hey, wanna keep it as a memento?
I love it.
불쌍해.
Alright.